Starting. Oh, here
Says
we
off
go. All right,
air.
we are live. We are now live.
Hugh.
All right. Cue. Welcome everyone to the NFLC podcast, NFL Central podcast. We have a great show lined up here, right?
You
And I'm joined by Lions,
Hello.
Lions Goat,
What's up?
the hockey person, Lions Goat, and Brock.
something.
We've got lava in here. All right, so I figured that we would start off and we could talk about some of the football news. Not that there's pretty much anything going on, but still, we said that apparently Michael Floyd is being suspended for 4 games. I saw that going on. And you said that like Zeke was going to get suspended. Is that true?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not true until it happens, but Adam Schefter kind of said it.
Yeah,
It's not true until
Uh-oh.
Ian Rappaport reports it. So
that's a W.
What did he do that is like going to get him suspended?
beat a girl up.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Okay, that's not good. And they have like proof of it or what?
yeah.
Not really, but they don't want to hold him like higher than other people because they would suspend like random ass guys. Sorry, from the Browns for it, or the 49ers. That I can't show favoritism.
I mean,
Oh yeah, rip Josh Gordon.
it's kind of like Greg Hardy, remember? Because he used to play on the Cowboys. But like, I don't know. Like Lions said, they don't want to suspend random ass guys. Like, or they can't. They will. But then you have guys on the Cowboys like Ezekiel Elliott who will get away with it because they play for Jerry Jones. But that's just
Yeah, but the Cowboys always hire a bunch of criminals. I feel like that's like the new meme right now.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel
Uh,
like the Cowboys are a pretty good team. I'd say they're pretty well rounded.
all right, well, if the Zeke suspension thing doesn't happen, then obviously they're gonna have a good year. But
Well, it
Dak,
would only be for a game or two anyway.
Actually, I
yeah, that's
disagree.
true.
I think Zeke's going to hit a sophomore slump, and I think Dak Prescott is going to be pretty bad. I think
Well,
Tony
Dak
Romo
is
might
assistant
come out of
too,
retirement.
so
I'm being serious.
you said you what was the last part of what you said?
I think Romo might end up coming out of retirement.
Oh God.
Are you serious to go back to the Cowboys?
Yeah.
How does it look?
I don't think Dak will be that good, but I don't think he's gonna be that bad where they need to bring him back.
I'm
Um,
like 90% sure that Romo will not be coming back to the Cowboys.
well, there's always that 1%.
I guess so. Well, uh, also Dak is a system Q, so like people say he's gonna hit a sophomore slump, but like who cares? You don't have to be good to be in his position.
Uh, Depends. Because, like, the Cowboys weren't good when Brandon Weeden was playing quarterback for him.
Yeah, but
I
that
mean,
was a different Cowboys team though.
it's true.
This
I
is
I
mean,
mean,
no,
W
it
slash
was
L,
same O
honestly.
line.
They didn't have Des Bryant, but, like, I don't know. They also had Joseph Randall as their running back then, so I guess it makes sense.
yeah. Things were a little bit different. And it's not
Yeah.
like the same. I don't know. It's not the same hype around it. I think the Cowboys just got off with like their hype. You know, they scared people into losing, especially
Yeah.
once they got like I mean, like I know like it sounds crazy, but like once you go on a winning streak like that, you know, it's about the mental aspect of the game. People go into and they're like, oh, we're gonna play the Cowboys. We're definitely gonna lose, except for when they played the Packers.
I mean, I don't know about that. I was saying we would beat them. We
No,
didn't,
no,
but I thought we would.
no. I mean, from a fan, obviously, you know, you can do whatever you want with that. But I think, like, as a team, you're like, oh, we're gonna play the team that only has one loss this year or whatever, you know, at whatever point in the season they're playing, or when they're undefeated. at some point, and that's just like hard to overcome.
We're speaking specifically about the Cowboys.
Yeah, we're talking about the Cowboys.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have much to say about them. I don't like the Cowboys very much. But I mean,
Well,
like,
yeah, not even specific about the Cowboys, but just any team that's on a big win streak.
I don't know. We'll see.
Also, I know you guys did like some fantasy mock drafts, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
David
did a
Johnson.
few.
David Johnson is currently the number one player in fantasy football, and if you disagree with me, then I will seriously. We can fight about it, honestly. But he's better than Le'Veon Bell in fantasy football. That's all I'm going to say.
That's only because Le'Veon Bell gets suspended for 4 games every year. Though.
Yeah, but that's not David Johnson's fault. Like, I seriously, I'm ready to throw hands about this. Like, I will fight.
Is Le'Veon Bell suspended this year yet or not? Has that
Not yet. Just wait for him to get busted at a traffic stop, then he will be.
It will happen. It's guaranteed to happen. I think until that happens, though, you have to say that he's the number one player in fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. Other than like, I mean, I don't know, Wendar. Who do you think, in specifically speaking of quarterbacks, who do you think will be the best one this year?
In terms of fantasy?
Yeah.
Don't you dare say it.
If you say Aaron Rodgers, kill yourself.
No. I don't think it will be Rodgers. It wasn't Rodgers last year.
Actually, it was.
Pretty sure it was actually.
It was Aaron Rodgers.
I'll go look it up.
I'm pulling up the numbers right now as well, but I'm pretty sure Rodgers was not the number one quarterback. I think
he was number one in standard for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising because he did not have.
Yeah, he was number one for mine too.
Well, I mean, I don't even know what are the options.
Drew Brees.
Breeze.
That's a W.
Matt Stafford.
No,
Not Stafford.
Okay.
Definitely not Stafford.
Okay.
I've actually received a message from someone who claims that Bell is better than David Johnson. So I just want to say to that anonymous viewer, you're not very smart because you know who you are.
Bell is better than David Johnson.
Bell is finna gonna be learning how to play behind.
Oh God.
Different offense. Okay. Anyway,
in terms of number one QB, it's not gonna be Rodgers. It'll probably be Brady. As much as I hate to say that,
Brady's washed up.
I have an anonymous message too.
Yeah.
It just says, "Are you stupid?"
Is it from the same person?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's not a invalid question considering you just said Stafford would be the number.
Okay, he wants us to talk about the Green Bay Packers.
Stafford won't be number one quarterback. People are saying Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's not bad.
Derek Carr will not.
Don't sleep on Stafford for fantasy.
I'll sleep on Stafford for fantasy.
Okay, well, you don't know anything.
Joe Flacco, I think, will be the best quarterback this year.
Okay, I have another anonymous comment about a quarterback for fantasy.
Yes.
He says we're lame because we don't say that we're not talking about Cam Newton as a top option.
Okay, Ryan, thank you.
Cam Newton hasn't been good in a while.
I don't think he is a top option.
He's
I
not.
don't believe he is either. He dabbed his way into an early retirement, in my opinion.
Yeah, the dab killed Cam Newton.
Yeah.
People are saying Jameis Winston.
Yes.
Winston would be good, especially
last season. I ran with Winston and Mariota, and I won my league.
Oh, Mariota is going to be really good.
He'll be good, yeah. I think that Jameis Winston will be a top 10 quarterback.
Mariota had a stretch for me for like 4 or 5 weeks straight where he had over 30 points.
Yeah, he had some crazy weeks. Like I think he put up like a 40 or something one week.
If you doubt.
Yeah. You know who it was on?
The Packers. They absolutely destroyed.
It would have been even more if he didn't let DeMarco Murray throw a touchdown.
Thank you. Okay, in the chat, I agree. This guy is a Steelers fan, and he says Bell is not better than David Johnson as far as skill goes. Well, actually, it depends. let's just agree on something. If you give Bell and David Johnson Ezekiel Elliott's offensive line, they would probably break Eric Dickerson's rushing record. Like I don't
Eric Decker.
I see a message that says Mariota is going to be the 2017-18 fantasy quarterback MVP. I agree.
That's a low key W.
I'm drafting him again. I don't care.
That's a low key W. I agree. Is that Devontae?
No, it was false.
Oh, okay. Either way.
Huh. Well, I would like Mariota. He's a beast. So
I received a message from an anonymous person who I won't name, who says Andrew Luck is the greatest quarterback in the NFL.
Okay, these people need to stop chiming in.
Andrew Luck had those injury problems, right? And he hasn't been good because of that. So I don't know what to think about him.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably be really underrated, right? Going into the season, but
Andrew
then...
Luck.
Oh, wait, sorry, is that who? Andrew Luck?
Yeah.
Underrated?
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what the pet. I mean...
Yep.
People take him as a top 5 guy every year, and then he never is.
Right, and I think this is finally his year to drop down to, that second level guy of like the Stafford level of when he gets picked.
Get out of here. Are you kidding me?
I think that a lot of quarterbacks are past Matthew Stafford at this point.
Okay, all right, we're done.
Yeah, and Ryan, stop chiming in. I'm not reading your comments live anymore.
Yeah, Cam Newton is not going to be a top quarterback or win MVP, so...
I had to translate what he wrote to me just so it would make it on air.
Who is your MVP pick? It's not Cam Newton, that's for sure.
Not Cam Newton. This year, like if for just the entire NFL, I'm gonna have to go with it's a tough pick for me, but David Johnson.
Yeah, okay, so that's not happening.
What are you talking about, dude? They're gonna go 12-4. They're gonna beat the Lions in week 1, 48-17.
Cute.
We'll go from there.
I don't think that's gonna happen at all.
My completely biased opinion is Matthew Stafford is gonna pull off another 9 comeback wins and be MVP.
I have to agree with Joseph though. I think Zeke has a really good shot at winning MVP in the next 2 to 3 years. But this year, David Johnson.
I was really mad that Zeke didn't get Rookie of the Year last year, and they gave it to Dak instead. I think Zeke was a lot more deserving. So
I
have an anonymous comment that says Zeke trash.
Well, that's just false.
I don't know. Let's see. Let me look at. I think Dez Bryant could be a good MVP pick if he stops getting arrested. Actually, well, he hasn't technically been arrested, but he beat up his own mom. So I don't think Dez Bryant.
Did he really? He really did that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's like when he's younger.
So is he? Oh, so not now. He's not going to be suspended this year then, right?
No.
No, it was a while ago.
And what is the news?
That's a W.
What is the news with Josh Gordon now? Is he finally going to play this year?
There are no news. There's no news.
Okay, hold on. I've received a comment from Ryan Marshmallow that says,
stop reading that.
No, he actually said something productive. He said Derek Carr could win the MVP, which I don't disagree with entirely because I think the Raiders could be good.
Okay, I'm not going to read anything Bizarre is sending me because...
Yeah. He just said Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, he said that to me too. He said Blaine Gabbert.
Derek Carr is basically the only chance to stop the Patriots from getting an easy ride to the Super Bowl, so I have to be all in on him.
You never heard of Ben Roethlisberger?
What exactly?
And I watched him let the Patriots just trample him.
Ben is
but now he has his number 2 guy back.
Okay, actually, I like Ben Roethlisberger, except for when he's on my fantasy football team. That's about it.
I don't know. Ben Roethlisberger is just old and injured all the time, so I don't trust him at all.
Yeah. I don't know. Depends.
I obviously don't trust Landry Jones. Who's the guy that came in for him? Landry Jones. I hate that guy.
He's not the backup anymore. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm pretty sure he is. Didn't they resign? That was like a big deal. As they resigned him.
Yes, he's still there, but they drafted a guy, right?
I think.
Did they not?
They signed him to like the largest backup contract in NFL history, though, or something.
Yeah, they drafted a guy in round 4.
From what Pedo has been telling me, he thinks that T.Y. Hilton's going to be a good receiver this year.
Only if Andrew Luck is good, which probably won't happen, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Also another. Go ahead.
One MRC Rock from YouTube says that, aren't you guys worried about David Johnson getting injured because the Cards overwork him a lot? What do you have to say about that?
That's true, to be honest with you, because he did a really good job holding up all last year. He's basically our entire offense. I'm not even gonna lie, but
yeah, of course.
In week 17, that injury it really scared the shit out of me because I thought he was done. Sorry, but I thought he was done for the I thought he tore his ACL legit, and he got lucky. He only had 6 to 8 week injury, but he was back in February. He was already fine by February, so it was crazy. But he was yeah. I am kind of worried they're going to injure him because they give him he gets they say that he's going to average at least 24 touches a game this year, which is already a ton. But they think he might actually have 30 to 35 in some games if it's close.
24 is way too low. I think he's going to have way more than that because they don't have I know their backup running back used to be Andre Ellington, right? But who is it now?
Yeah, but he's the most injury-prone player in the NFL.
Andre Ellington gets hurt every single second of every single game, so he's not really a good backup because you put him in is David Johnson meant to be he's not going to be the 3-down back, right? Or are they going to be switching him out?
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Yeah.
So then he's going to have way more than 24 touches a game then.
Yeah.
I agree.
Especially if Palmer gets hurt too, because then they'll just have some guy dumping it off to him every play too on top of that. So
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Okay, speaking of big running backs, someone wants to hear what we think about Leonard Fournette, if he's going to get 1,000 yards and how he'll do in fantasy.
If he can even make it to the entire season without getting hurt, then sure. I think the guy's too big. I think McCaffrey is better than Fournette in terms of, and Mixon is one of the best running backs in that rookie class too. I actually think he is the best one. But that's just Joe Mixon. Yeah.
I wanted Mixon during the draft, but we didn't take him.
I think he's better than. I think McCaffrey is better than Fournette, right? If I had to pick one guy who's going to be the best in terms of running back, I'd probably pick Joe Mixon.
For fantasy, I would take McCaffrey over any of them, but I would take Fournette in the top 5 rounds.
What team?
Probably earlier.
What team is Mixon on? Or
the Bengals.
What about McCaffrey?
The Giants. No, he's the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I would definitely take McCaffrey. The Bengals don't know what they're doing with their running backs. They had Gio and they had whatever his name is, and
they were never that good, really.
They were pretty good.
Bernard was a good receiver, and he could make room for himself, but he was never going to be the guy there. Same with Hill. He could knock dudes over, but that's about it.
Right, and that's why they were the perfect combo together. And even still, the Bengals didn't realize or didn't figure out how to use them both together, even though they had the perfect combo right there. So I don't trust any Bengals running back. So I don't think Mixon will do well.
Well, that's not why I don't trust him. I don't trust him this year because they lost their whole O-line.
Yeah, their line, right. And also, Andy Dalton is he's just a disgrace. So,
he's pretty good.
The only trustworthy player on that offense is the guy who wears number 18. The only thing I have to say about that. That's the only guy I would actually want to put money on being successful in a season. Is AJ Green.
But Andy Dalton sort of ruins his value, though.
I thought Andy Dalton's fine. Honestly,
yeah, I have no problem with him.
I don't see the issue here with Andy Dalton.
People don't like him because he can't play in January, but he's pretty good the other 3 months.
And because he's redheaded.
He's mediocre. He's really nothing special.
What the fuck?
Andy Dalton.
Wow, but please don't curse.
Are we not allowed to?
No, you're allowed to.
I don't know.
It's fine.
Okay, it's seriously, because that's some bullshit, because this is the United States. My point is, I think Andy Dalton's good. I just because I see a lot of people judging him because of his because of his hair color. I've seen many people say that.
All right. Well, how do you think the Bengals will place? They can win the AFC North.
10-6.
AFC.
You think the Bengals can go 10-6?
Yeah. What the fuck? Like, what's the disagree? I think the Lions are going to go 7-9.
Ooh.
Wow. That's not what we're talking about here. We were talking about the Bengals.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to think my predictions are invalid right now, I'm just saying wait until January when the Lions are 7-9.
Bruh, I'm just asking why you think they're going to go 10-6 when they kind of like just died.
I don't know. To be honest with you, if I'm kind of being over optimistic, probably something like 8-8 if I'm being more realistic. Like they're not.
What about the Ravens?
The Ravens 6-10.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the Ravens to stop being good. I really hate that.
So can either of the Ravens haven't been good in a while.
I know,
Steve Smith is a fucking legend.
So can either of them win the division?
No.
No.
That division is Pittsburgh's until further notice.
And then the Browns will be in second.
The Browns are going 2-4.
Okay, but what if Roethlisberger dies? Which one of them wins?
If I had to pick, like, if it came down to a Week 17 matchup, like on Sunday Night Football or some shit, I'd put it without Roethlisberger. I'd still say the Steelers would beat them.
No, I would not say if Jarvis Landry is in, Landry Jones is in, then Steelers will always lose. So,
he's not that terrible.
No, he's really terrible. Have you watched him play? Like
yes.
just like his mechanics themselves are so bad.
But he doesn't need to be amazing for them to win. He won.
He does.
Game?
Well, he does. He does when Le'Veon Bell is hurt and or Antonio Brown is hurt, which usually one of them is.
That's true, to be honest. I mean, normally it's not Antonio Brown. I'd say the one that gets hurt, it's either Bell. Because Bell, like, has he ever played a full season of football? Like, he almost did a couple of years ago. Then he got hurt Week 17. Like,
I don't think he has.
Yes, he has. He has one.
Then he got suspended. Then he got hurt. Like, he tore his MCL because of stupid ass Vontae's perfect. And then last year he was suspended. It's just like I don't think, at least I don't remember him playing in recent memory a full season, but I'm not sure. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would put I think definitely second place there is going to be the Bengals in the AFC North.
I really don't think so. I'm going to surprise everybody with saying the Browns at 7-9.
Really?
That's not a joke.
Yeah, okay, this isn't comedy hour.
I'm not kidding.
All right, I have a question. All right, so I'll just stick with the anonymous user format. So, who has the most sacks at the end of the year? You think? I'm gonna say JJ. I'm gonna say JJ Watt. I'm gonna say JJ Watt.
Yeah, I'm Von Miller.
I was gonna say Von Miller too.
I don't know, to be honest.
Is he still on the Broncos or not? No,
what?
Right?
Yeah. The fuck, Wendar? Are you serious?
Do you watch football?
Wendar, right now this is really sus. I'm serious.
I was just making sure. I was gone.
No,
I was just making sure.
I don't know. I'm gonna say JJ Watt because JJ Watt's still really good, and he didn't play it at all last season. So I feel like he has a good bounce back season. I don't know.
I would say Von Miller.
Okay.
Wow, they really don't like my Browns prediction.
Yeah, Devontae says the Browns in 2 years are his prediction, but then he says the Bengals have potential to be a top 10, top 5 offense even with their weapons.
Yeah, I agree with Devontae, who said I said in 2 years. I don't think this year is the Browns' year, but definitely next year will be.
Oh man, that's still too early. But next year they can get the wild card.
Ryan,
next year they're not going to win the division, but they're actually going to be good next year. I think this year they're still going to have only 2 wins.
No.
All right. So here's Ryan. Ryan says, who's going to be the best rookie corner this year?
I don't even know. Whichever one the Packers
best rookie cornerback next year. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I guess he wants. Wasn't there a guy named Corn Elder who was drafted to the Panthers? Yeah, that's who he probably wants me to say.
I mean, probably the popular choice would be Lattimore, but
I'm hoping it's the King guy that.
Shut up.
That the Packers drafted.
But no, I actually think it's going to be what the hell's his name? Gary and Conley from the Raiders.
Let's see. Okay, I got to make a correction. Devontae earlier did not say the Browns would win the division. He said second. I was reading more than one DM at once. So he just wants to make himself sound less stupid because that's not what he said. He didn't say first. So it's no, but okay, for real.
Okay.
This is from Ryan again. He says, "Who do you think is finna gonna learn to win MVP the fastest this year?"
What?
Who's going to get MVP the fastest?
Who's gonna win MVP? Is that the question?
Yeah.
It's impossible to guess that.
Rookie of the year.
It's not impossible, but
he says.
Why can't I think of who won it last year? Oh, Matt Ryan. I
think
think
gonna win MVP or rookie of the year. He says
it won't be Matt Ryan. That's for sure.
Rookie of the year.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey, easy.
McCaffrey.
All right. Should Colin Kaepernick have a job?
Nope.
I disagree. He's top 20 quarterback right now.
No, he's not.
He is. Are you kidding me?
No, he's not. And sorry, this isn't because of all the protest crap that happened. If he had a just cause, he felt like, and he was just representing.
I'm gonna ask the chat right now.
Right. Well, I separate that with him and his playing. I separate his protest and his playing.
It's just sad that like a lot of people say like, oh yeah, he wasn't gonna have a job, so that's why he was doing this whole protest bullshit. Like that's stupid, honestly, because he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. That's not
why. Yeah. No.
Remember when he
is a top 20 quarterback.
Remember when he roasted the Packers back in like 2012, 2013?
Everyone roasts the Packers all the time. We don't have a defense, so.
Well, you're not the Saints. Okay, here. I haven't. This is actually a good one. I was going to bring this up. Rookie quarterbacks in general, but like, so from I'm guessing a Texans fan, he's asking about how Deshaun Watson will do and if he's going to start, etc. I say yes. I think like he'll actually make their offense better for once. They'll actually not have a shit quarterback.
That would be really nice because I always loved DeAndre Hopkins, and I know he never really got a fair shot because he always has to deal with really crappy QBs.
They did pretty well with what's his name, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, and then in general, I think the best rookie quarterback. I don't know. I want to say Trubisky, but I don't buy him.
No,
I really don't. So I don't buy Trubisky, so if I'm going to be honest, I'd actually probably say Deshaun Watson has the best chance at like being the best rookie quarterback. That's just I don't know. Depends on.
It's not going to be Trubisky, definitely not.
No, the Bears are fucking trash, so it's not going to be Trubisky.
It can't be.
You don't have to worry about that.
I feel bad for him, but
okay. Surprise MVP candidates.
I'm
going to say Jameis Winston.
Wow,
I agree. Or Mike Evans even. I'm gonna say Mike.
No.
You're not gonna. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's stupid. But like, I honestly, I said the other night in NFLC, and a lot of people disagreed with me, but I think he's gonna be a top 3 receiver by the end of the year. Behind.
I do too. I think that, but I don't think he can win MVP.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he would get MVP.
Depends, like, because wide receivers typically don't win MVP. But the thing is, if he has a big season, then it's something you have to consider.
I don't know. I think Winston is a safer pick there, and I think that's a really good pick. Because he can really have a crazy year this year with all the weapons that he has, and like it's been his year. It's been his year every year. Like I've always said, like this is gonna be the Bucs year. They're finally gonna win, and then they come very close to doing something awesome, and then they never do. But this could be their year. So
going a step further, I'll say Marcus Mariota as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say him too, but I like him better as a quarterback than Winston, but Winston carries that team more than Mariota has to.
And I'll take it even a step further. I'll even say Matthew Stafford.
Thank you.
Wow.
I agree.
That'd be a real surprise. That's more surprising than Mariota or Winston.
No, it'd really be like, I'd really like if Stafford can put up a really big season, because he's always been a good quarterback yardage-wise, but he's got to like, he's really, because the Lions aren't even a bad team. That's like, if I'm being realistic, they're going to lose week 1. But like after week 1, I'm looking forward to seeing how either shitty Matthew Stafford is or if he's actually decent and the Lions can back it up for once.
Well, for real. My favorite is
okay. Career-wise, though, between Mariota and Jameis, not just this year, but like full career, who does better?
Jameis.
Mariota.
Just saying, I like.
I'm taking Mariota.
I like Jameis more as a passer. That's all, and I just think
as a passer.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think they're both really good. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't know. it's something I just like the Bucks more in general. I just think that they have the potential, or I think what's his name, Winston, has the potential to be better than Mariota. Geez, I have 4 questions in my inbox.
I think
I have another one. This one's about Blake Bortles.
Yeah, this is
he better or worse?
Worse.
I get worse?
kind of like him. I kind of like him this year. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't. I liked him last year, and he did nothing but disappoint me. So
I didn't like him last year. I thought he was overrated the year before, but I feel like this year, Tom Coughlin could fix him.
I loved him last year because the year before he was the number 4 QB in fantasy, and no one really knew about him. So I went all in, tried to get him cheap because I was like, wow, he did so well the year before. And then last year he did absolutely nothing except get some garbage time points every once in a while. So he's someone that I can't go in on ever again. But I mean, yeah, he could be good again. I think he was good to begin with. I don't know what happened to him. So I think he can be good again.
Let me look right here. Here's another one. This is from Ryan. Who's taking the AFC South, Titans or Texans? And he says the Jags are invalid, and I'm a slap a dude if one of y'all say Jags, so I'm going to say the Jags.
Jags. But actually, I don't know. I want to say Titans, but I'm going to say Texans.
I want to say Titans.
No, it's not going to be Texans. It's not going to be Texans.
Why not?
I buy the Titans more.
With a rookie Q, it's not going to be the Texans.
Bro, last year, they didn't have their best player on their team last year, and they had a fucking terrible quarterback, and they still won.
Yes, actually, he's got a good point. And I'm also going to say, while I'm on the topic of the Titans, I'm thinking about it, Derrick Henry is going to be the number 1 running back for them by the end of the season.
Cringe.
Not DeMarco Murray. No, not DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray is pushed up. Derrick Henry is better, and he's younger. That's just my opinion. I like Derrick Henry.
I don't know how you could look at the Texans and say, well, if they won last year without Watt, how they're going to lose the division to the Titans now.
Because the Titans are going to be beast. Murray Goat is going to go in goat mode.
They're getting J.J. Watt back off a 9-7 year, and they made an immediate improvement at quarterback.
Well, we'll see. Also, this is a good one. What do you think of the Broncos and Browns quarterback situations?
I don't really care about their quarterback situations. Next.
I'm thinking.
I'm kind of thinking too because I don't know. I've never known either of those teams for offense, to be honest.
Yeah, Broncos need a quarterback more than the Browns do. TBH.
When I was like, yeah, CJ Anderson last year. After watching him on Thursday night, I was like, damn, he's going to be something special. And then he got hurt 6 weeks into the season.
Yeah, that was sad. The Browns still have Brock Osweiler too, right? I mean, I know that he's not going to start, but I'm just saying that he's still on.
Yes, he is.
He's a perfect fit for them. Overpaid, not good.
He is gonna start.
He's gonna start, yeah. Really? I thought the plan was to get rid of him as soon.
That is the plan. Yeah. That is the plan. But apparently, he's doing really well in practice.
Until further notice, yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. Well then, if he's doing well, because they drafted the other guy, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but in the second round.
Yeah, but Brock Osweiler was horrible though. So I could see some second round guy replacing him.
Hold on, this is a big question right here. All right, so this is from a user who calls himself. Yeah, and so here it is right here. He says, "Let's talk about how Zeke will surpass Le'Veon and David Johnson in 2 to 3 years." And then he said that's a W.
All right, Joseph.
Zeke
not much to talk about there.
Let's have David Johnson already. So next,
who has a better year, Brady or Rodgers?
Rodgers.
Rodgers is going to get hurt, so Brady.
Actually, no, I'll say Brady only because I thought about it. I don't know. I'll say Brady because maybe Gronk actually stays healthy this year, and Gronk that's the thing. If I knew Gronk was staying healthy for a full 16 weeks, I would draft him in the first round in fantasy football every year.
He's still always the number 1 tight end, though, even though he's out for half the season every year.
I don't know. That's also okay.
I say Brady win-wise, but Rodgers stats-wise.
That's usually how it works.
In terms of
Usually.
Zeke surpassing DJ and Le'Veon. All right, Joseph. So let's talk a scenario here. Let's put Zeke behind the Cardinals' offensive line, and let's see how good he does this season. And then once he rushes for 700 yards and gets pissed off every game, then we'll see if you still think the same thing at the end of the season. Yeah, that's a fucking W right there.
I'm gonna take a question from Bizarre. Bizarre,
Okay.
I want you to DM me a good question.
Okay.
Okay,
I know
actually,
you're
I do
listening.
I hate
fantasy punters.
Who plays
Johnny
with
Hecker.
punters?
Who
Johnny
the hell
Hecker.
uses punters?
I've never played with punters before.
Sam Martin though.
Johnny Hecker.
No.
Johnny Hecker is a goat. Yeah.
Sam Martin is a top 3 punter.
Okay, that's some fucking bias.
I really like the punter on the
It's not
Packers,
biased.
and then we
It's
got rid of
legit.
him.
He actually is top 3.
Joseph says
Look him up.
Zeke leads the NFL in yards after contact. That's great. I don't care.
Okay, who's more likely to win the Super Bowl next year? Raiders or Steelers?
Raiders.
I'm gonna say Patriots.
No, I would say Raiders. You know,
But if I have
Raiders.
if I have to pick between those two, I'm gonna say Steelers still.
I'd say Raiders because I think
No.
Raiders are good.
I think the Raiders could actually make it to the Super Bowl.
I love the Raiders, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
Marshawn Lynch isn't going to be good.
Well, if the Raiders aren't going to do it, the Steelers aren't going to do it. The Steelers are nothing. The Steelers proved how terrible they were this year.
Terrible, really?
Yeah, especially in the offseason. I mean, in the postseason.
Talk about fantasy kickers. This is from Ryan, who I think the best fantasy kicker is going to be none other than Matt Bryant of the Atlanta Falcons.
I had him last year. It's a true story.
I would
Yeah.
say Mason Crosby because Crosby's the
The
GOAT.
fuck, get out of here. He scored either like 2 points or 10 points every single game. Matt
Yeah.
Bryant was actually consistently pretty good.
Matt Bryant actually won me a couple games.
That's why in another league that I play in, I don't play with kickers because it's usually just like really ridiculous and always, unpredictable. So they could put up like 17 points and then win you the game, or they could do nothing, and then it's like, it's not really fair that way.
Yeah, sorry, I got an emergency notification of a thunderstorm warning, so I didn't mute my mic. Hold on, there's another question. It's from Devontae. Which rookie quarterback from 2016 improves the most?
Say that again.
Which rookie quarterback from 2016 improved the most?
Kind of a list.
What do you
I
mean?
like Goff and Wentz. Is there another one? Dak. Dak doesn't count.
Goff, because Dak is already good. Wentz is already decent. Goff was so bad that if he throws for like 2,000 yards, he's already better by a lot. So that's
No, I'm gonna say Wentz because he actually has a team around him.
yeah.
I would say Wentz.
That is got a great question. I'll have to wait for it though.
I would say Wentz because, but I don't want to say Goff. But at the same time, I don't want to say Wentz. So I'll just say Dak, even though I know he'll be, just whatever next year anyway.
I have a question for Wendar. How will the Packers defense fail Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs this year?
Just like every year.
No, I want a specific, who fucks up, how many yards.
No, that's what I mean. No, that was my answer. That wasn't a question. I mean, they'll fail him just like every year.
Wendar, I've received a video clip from an anonymous user. It is Julio Jones catching a touchdown in the NFC Championship and breaking 3 tackles.
And making like 5 different guys miss the tackle.
Yeah.
And then it's 4 other people watch as he just walks right by them, and then they don't even make an attempt.
Ooh, I like that question. I like that question. Shut up. How many sacks does Myles Garrett get?
5.
15.
7.5.
Also, okay, Ryan said
I'm not answering that, Ryan.
what he said to you?
Which NFL player gets the most pussy?
Deshaun Jackson.
Probably Antonio Brown.
Not Deshaun Jackson.
People are saying Stephen Gostkowski, going back to kickers, is a good kicker. Yeah, he's a good kicker.
He's overrated because he's on the Patriots. He's actually not that bad, but I say Matt Bryant's better than him.
Well, the thing is, the Patriots put up like 50 points a game, so he's a pretty safe bet in terms of getting points in fantasy.
True, it is Cromartie.
What?
Corey.
What are you saying?
That's who gets it the most. Because he has enough kids to fill the whole team and then get a penalty for it.
That's true, to be honest. Okay, let's look at this question. All right, talk about how Dez Bryant will be the best wide receiver in the NFL this season. He won't be, and he will never be as long as he's playing. Next.
As long as he keeps dropping it like he did in that Packers game, he can't be good.
That's not even my point. He's just not. He's good enough physically to be the best wide receiver in the NFL, but he's not better than Julio Jones. He's not better than Antonio Brown.
But he also dropped it though, so.
So I don't agree with you, but I don't know. I think that there's just so many guys that are better than him. Hold on. Ryan said, let's talk about Jay. That's what I said.
Okay, good question.
Let's talk about how Dez is a bum.
How many years does Brady play?
He'll play till he's 45.
He'll play until whatever he said. What did he say? 5 more years or whatever. He'll play until that. I don't think
He said I'll play till I suck. He never said many years.
Really? I thought he said I thought he said like 8 more years or something.
Till he's 45.
How old is he now? 40?
I think so.
Yeah.
39, yeah. He'll play till he's 45.
He'll be 40 when the season starts.
I don't think that's too ridiculous either. Manning was 41, but I mean his situation was different because he had a bunch of surgeries, and I think people were going crazy over like the 45 comment by Brady, but I think he can play till then. There's no problem with that.
Hold on a second. Let's see. Here's a question from an anonymous user. They said to remain anonymous. They said, let's talk about why the Cowboys will go from being one of the best teams in the NFC to being 3-13 this year.
I got a good question, too, for after. Sorry, I was laughing at that.
What was the last part of that question? Why they would go from the best team in the NFC to what?
The worst at 3-13.
First of all, the Bears are going to do worse than that. So
yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Bears might not win a game. Bears might go winless.
All right, I have a question for all these Cowboy fans in here. Did Dez drop it?
I say no, actually. I wish the Cowboys would have won that game, to be honest.
I know for a fact that Dez did not drop it, but just for the meme and for the sake of our playoff run, he definitely did drop it.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about for a second why I think – I'm just going to give you guys some reasons why I think the Browns might do better than the Steelers this season, if you actually want to listen to it.
You made fun of me when I said 7-9.
Yeah, but I'm just going to tell you why they might do better than them. I think that Isaiah Crowell has a chance to be like one of the franchise's best running backs of all time, even better than Jim Brown.
Okay, troll.
I think that do you remember Josh Cribbs from like 2011? I think if he comes back and he makes a splash in the NFL like he used to,
yeah,
he could be. Okay, I can't. I was asked to do this. I can't. There's no reason. Like, I can't think of any reasons. They're so bad that it's impossible. Like even Jacob probably couldn't do this.
I have a question. Why does everyone ride Cowboys D?
Joseph, that's a good question for you. Do you want to answer in the chat? Is that here's Ryan.
Joseph's answer is you.
Yeah, that's true. What will the Jets' record be? And if they aren't last, then who is? The Browns will be last, and
I disagree with that.
Jets are last at 1-15.
Hold on,
I forgot they don't have Mark Sanchez anymore.
Jets honestly have potential to go 0-16.
The Jets are so bad. Hey, they don't have Brandon Marshall or Eric Decker anymore.
Yeah, Jets will be worse than the Browns.
Jets fans are like delusional about it too. Like a lot of them know how bad they're gonna be, but a lot of the ones I know are like, "Oh, we're still gonna do good. We have Josh McCown." It's like, chill ass up. You don't know what you're even saying.
Bilal Powell is a goat.
Which fan base is the most toxic though? Because Jets fans
the Cowboys.
are pretty goddamn stupid.
I don't know. Jets are a good one too.
I no the Cowboys fan base. I hate the Cowboys fan base here because it's like they tell a lot of them say like, yeah, Zeke is better than David Johnson, and like I'm like, how? They're like, look at the stats. Okay, what? Still, how does that make him better than David Johnson?
Look at the
Like
stats.
David Johnson also plays the Seahawks twice a year. Like he also plays the 49ers twice a year. Don't get me wrong, but like, shout out to Enchanted 21. Your team's weak as fuck. But anyways, so he plays the 49ers twice a year. And then, like, I don't know, Zeke's got an easier schedule than him. That's just my opinion, for one, in the division. But it's
And
like at the
better
same
O-line.
time, yeah. And like Zeke is a consistently good running back, don't get me wrong, but it's like he also has the number number one probably ranked O line. And David Johnson.
So you guys are just
And
gonna completely skip past Eagles fans.
well, and more than an O-line, Zeke actually just has like a team, whereas David Johnson has literally nothing. Like the Cardinals were awful.
Well, speaking of thumb, I mean I have to say that the Eagles are their fan base. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't say Eagles.
I haven't found anything wrong with the Eagles fan base yet. If they win a Super Bowl, maybe they'll be cancer about it. But that's probably not going to happen for like 200 years, so we won't be around.
What about Bills fans? What are your thoughts on them? Because they don't really exist anymore.
Yeah, I've never met a Bills fan ever.
Because I have a question about Sammy Watkins. Not from a Bills fan, but no, it's just where is he next year?
Not in the Bills? Is he not on the Bills?
No, he is.
So,
But he's probably not staying.
oh, you mean at the end of the season?
Yeah.
I don't know. How can I predict that?
Okay, never mind then. I was gonna say
Yeah.
he could be on. I think he's gonna stay on the Bills. Actually, I think they're gonna keep him.
I mean, he won't want to stay, but at the end of it, he probably will stay in terms of like money and I don't know, just the way it works out. I doubt he'll become a free agent and sign somewhere else.
All right, I have one decent question and one pretty stupid one. Which one should I start with?
The decent one.
Okay, someone make a case for the Jaguars winning the Super Bowl.
Like can't. Well, no, I actually can. They have good wide receivers, good young wide receivers, and Bortles could be good. But I actually, even then though, like their defense is awful, and
Are you serious?
they're awful. So
Their defense is awful.
yeah.
Do you know who's on the defense?
What?
Go look up their defensive roster right now.
I will.
Please do.
Is it not awful?
It's not.
Well, who? What defense are we talking about?
We have to make a case for the Jaguars to win the Super Bowl. And Wendar said he would lean on the offense, not realizing that defense is going to be top 10.
Yeah, but I mean, even still, they're not going to.
Bruh. They weren't even that bad last year. They were. The chat says they were 6th last year. Really? 6th? I didn't know that.
60.
Okay, now here's the dumb question. Yo, let's talk about how Josh McCown will lead the Jets to 16-0, win MVP, and make Stafford retire early.
How it,
Not a bad point, honestly.
Guess who that one was from?
Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but Wendar, this is who's on the Jaguars defense.
okay.
Calais Campbell,
Okay.
Malik Jackson,
Okay.
Dante Fowler,
Okay.
and Ngakwe, who actually was pretty good last year.
All right.
Pozlesny's still decent.
He's pretty good.
Telvin Smith,
Okay.
Miles Jack. He's sucked last year, but he could come back pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Boye from the Texans, who was a top cornerback last year.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
Barry
so
Church.
upgraded.
Yeah, hella upgrade. Barry Church at safety. Tashawn Gibson at the other safety. Jalen Ramsey, who's locked down pretty much.
Jalen Ramsey's, I don't know. We'll see. Ryan's
All right.
typing a question right now.
Well, I mean, even aside from the defense, I mean, there's not going to be much else because Bortles can't do anything. And
Yeah, but now
what-
he has a run game now, so It's Bortles.
Oh,
He has Fournette and Ivory and Yeldon. All three are Fournette. It's a good starter, and then the other two.
Yeldon was not good last year, so
He doesn't need to be that good this year. He's not the starter anymore.
well, yeah, right. I'm just saying.
They don't really have any tight ends, but Allen Robinson's still good.
Yeah, Allen Robinson's good. I mean, like, he just needs to be used properly.
Okay, I am not asking that question, you dick.
This is from Ryan though. Like, Ryan says, by the way, whoever sent Lions that question, just send it to me and I'll ask it. For Ryan, he says, "Why can we bring up how the Jags say that they're going to be good every year and then they're never actually good?"
All right. I'll ask it because he asked nicely in all caps. What week will Brad Kaya take over for Stafford? Never.
Week 5.
Actually, like maybe week 1 of the preseason.
And I did say Stafford could be a surprise MVP guy, but it's not even a bad question, to be honest. What's the problem? Are you just mad because you don't want to admit Stafford's injury prone?
Are you? What?
Yeah,
I think he hasn't missed a game since 2010.
No, he's kind of a baby. Like, I remember last year he hurt his hand and he was like crying about it.
That was really great.
No, he didn't.
That was great.
He broke his hand and then he finished the game.
I know.
No, but he cried about it for the rest of the season, though.
No, he didn't. He tried to win games for the rest of the season, and then he couldn't because he couldn't throw.
He couldn't because he plays for the Detroit Lions.
My favorite is how the Lions always come like pretty close to being like good and winning games, and then at the last second they usually get like screwed out of winning a game just by luck.
It was the opposite this year, and I was like on another level.
All right, here's a good question. What's a team that a new fan of football should watch or support? Any team except for the New England Patriots or the Dallas Cowboys.
We were having this discussion earlier on the server, and the Pats should not be your team to start with.
Yeah, the Pats, you're going to be really disappointed in like 5 years when Tom Brady retires and they aren't good anymore.
And people will just like, make fun of you for being a bandwagon. Like, you need to start somewhere else.
All right, we're going back to the AFC North for this. What week does Josh Dobbs take over for Big Ben?
Week 1 of the preseason.
I say whenever he gets hurt.
I think this might be Big Ben's last season. I think it might be.
I think it is too. I'm actually surprised he even agreed to come back.
Because he's just going to get hurt immediately, and he's just going to be like, why am I even still in this league? I just get hurt every single game.
Here's a good question. Talk about how Stafford's hand is lame and how Kaya led the Lions to will lead the Lions to a Super Bowl, and Kenny will love Kaya because Matthew Lafford with an L.
Okay, Ryan, enough. All right. Best O-line in the NFL.
Dallas. What's the question?
Yeah, that's not a question.
That's not even a question. The worst.
All right. Well, we can say best besides Cowboys then. Raiders.
Damn it. I don't know actually.
Not the Raiders, right?
All I ever hear about.
God damn it!
All I ever hear about is Dallas O-line. If I had to pick one, not the Seahawks. Let's say that. I don't know. I guess I'll go with the Raiders because I don't watch enough football to really know. The Chargers are terrible too, or at least they were last year.
Oh wait, no, I was saying Raiders are second best.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, I'll just go with what you said.
I thought you were saying Raiders and Titans too. I forgot about them.
I don't know. This is an NBA related. Someone asked me an NBA related question.
Sure.
So someone asked me, "What do you think about LeBron James and Levin Laurent?" I think LeBron. Okay, this is a hot take. I think LeBron is still better than Kevin Durant. And I think that if you gave LeBron, this should be obvious, you give LeBron, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, he would easily win as many games as Kevin Durant, and he would go 16-0 in the playoffs, not 16-1. But that's just me. So I don't know. You can disagree with me all night, Joseph. I don't really care.
Titans are in the convo for best O-line with Dallas is what people are saying. Raiders are third best. Titans are second.
Thank you. Yeah, Joseph is. Joseph is upset about lay 3 and 5. I'm just saying though, in a couple of years, yeah, this is my opinion about basketball. If we're still on the same topic, in the 3 years, I'm saying right now, Kawhi Leonard will be the best player in in basketball.
What?
Cool.
Okay, interesting question. If Tom Brady got hurt and only you could fill in, would you do it?
Tom Brady is a system Q, so you could fill in pretty easily, I think.
Yeah, just throw the ball to Rob Gronkowski.
Would you go in there and take sacks for Tom Brady?
Yeah, why not? Jimmy
Someone
Garoppolo,
says,
my hot take is that Jimmy Garoppolo isn't very good, but he plays on the Patriots offense, and that makes him look amazing. So I assume
it's called a system quarterback.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Any just random person would be able to go and come off the street and play for the Patriots, and they'd be fine.
Yo, I dare you to bring up some hockey shit so Wendar finna be pissed.
No.
There, I did it.
Going back to basketball, someone said Giannis will be better than Kawhi in 3 years. It's possible, honestly. I just think that Kawhi plays for a better coach. So in terms of being like an actual system NBA player, he could be better. But Giannis definitely has I think Giannis will be better in like 5 years. I'll say that. Kawhi will be better in 3 years.
Are you talking about Giannis?
Sorry, Giannis.
W at me.
All right, so are there any other questions? People are saying Brady is not a system QB. Yes, he is.
Yeah, they're all rioting about it right now.
No,
I have one more. I have another question coming in. Someone's typing.
Okay.
This is from Ryan Marshmallow. He says he's asking me how good Leonard Fournette will be in this upcoming season.
This season, he can go 1,000 yards, but where did he ask this question?
In DMs. Which okay, here, Lions, this is a good question for you. Oh. Which will be a better rookie in the NBA, Malik Monk or Lauri Markkanen? I'm gonna say Markkanen. Malik Monk. No, Malik Monk.
Markkanen.
I don't know. I'm biased.
Right. We're getting all these NBA questions. Best rookie out of the draft class, Ball or Fultz?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna say Ball because Ball plays on a team where he's gonna be the best player, undisputed or undisputed, and Markelle Fultz still has like other good players around him already, and he's already hurt. So I'm gonna say Ball will be better than him at least to start the season. Another basketball question.
Great.
This is NFL, kids.
Yeah, this is the last one I'll bring up.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the 3 and 5 LeBron James.
LeBron.
Why are all Ryan's questions so obvious?
This wasn't Ryan.
All right, good question from Joseph. Offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, and sleeper rookies.
Offensive rookie of the year, Christian McCaffrey. You said that, yeah. Defensive rookie of the year, Budda Baker on the Cardinals.
No, for real though.
I'm serious.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you didn't even know who that was when they picked him.
No, I didn't. He went to Washington because I saw him play in person. That's all I can tell you.
Why'd you say I don't know who that is?
Because I didn't realize he went to Washington when I first heard his name.
Oh, okay, whatever. I think it's obviously easy going to be Myles Garrett.
Okay, this is all right. This is the last basketball question I'll take because this one's actually pretty good.
We got to do sleeper rookies now.
I know. Once we're done with your sleeper rookies, sleeper Trubisky because he's going to be
Hassan Reddick.
Trubisky is literally going to fall asleep on the field because Hassan Reddick, yeah, he's not a bad pick. If you want to count Amir Abdullah, considering he played 1 game last season, then we can count him.
He's not a rookie; it's his 3rd year.
Amir Abdullah,
he was terrible his first year. He's terrible his first year.
Dalvin Cook could be a good one too.
Dalvin Cook could be all right. No, he's on Minnesota.
If they fix that O-line better than what it was last year.
Where is he? Is he on the Vikings?
Yeah. Cook? Yes.
All right, here you go. Will LeBron join Paul George and Lonzo Ball?
I got that too.
No. I think he'll either stay with Cleveland or he'll go to Golden State.
PG is staying in Oklahoma.
I don't agree with that. I think PG will still go to the Lakers. We'll see how good. Actually, I think it depends on how Lonzo Ball does in his first season. We'll see. Okay, here comes another question from Ryan.
Oh, stop reading those. He's cut off.
He's asking about Matthew Lafford.
Hi.
Okay, yeah, let's see.
Hilarious.
Let's hear about this.
Worst running back, Amber Abdullah or Trent Richardson?
Trent Richardson.
No, Amir
don't
Abdullah is actually good. Trent Richardson is terrible.
No, I need to send a clip of Trent Richardson where he like had a wide open hole and he ran straight into like his offensive line. But that's like one of the best clips.
I still remember that that Colts play from last year, like the fake punt or whatever.
They just dove over the guy and like bum rushed him.
Yeah, they lined up two people.
They lined up
It
two
was the worst play of all time.
One of them was a punter. They lined up a center and a punter.
Wow.
Actually, I don't even think it was a center.
It was like the long snapper or
Yeah.
something, right?
The best part was the guy on broadcast was Al Michaels. He's like, what in the world was that? The guy that was-
Yeah, they were like, that was bizarre.
Speaking of bizarre, bizarre is a comment.
What did he say?
He says, and I quote, Matthew Lafford.
Okay.
I agree with him. He's a smart guy.
All right, can we go back to Dalvin Cook for a minute?
Yeah.
Will he be better than Adrian Peterson?
Yes. Like all time or just this season?
Both.
No. Peterson's better than Dalvin Cook all time, but like this season, yes.
Do you think that Peterson will be good this year?
No.
I think he'll be middle of the pack, honestly.
I think he'll be good for what his role is. Like, he's a backup, pretty much.
He has
Yeah.
a talent to have like 2 good games. If like he'll have the talent to like get hot one game or something if they play a bad defense. But like realistically, I don't see him being like consistently good ever.
Yeah, I think he'll be very
Like, Tim
middle of the pack.
Hightower was a pretty good backup last year for Ingram. I think Adrian Peterson can do that, but better. But he won't be able to be a good starter.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I agree with that. I think he'll be decent.
Stop bringing up hockey.
All right, just block Ryan.
They asked about Whitney Wasby. Better rookie running back, Donnell Pumphrey or Tarek Cohen?
What?
Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, Tariq. I'm gonna say Pumphrey because I've actually heard of him.
Yeah. I haven't
What
heard of
team
him.
is Cohen? Oh, he's on the Bears. I'm gonna go Pumphrey.
Yeah, sorry, Ryan.
Definitely not the Bears. All right. Well, if we don't have any other questions, we can move on and start to wrap things up.
I have one more.
Okay. So
Super Bowl pick.
let's do last one.
Super Bowl pick.
Packers, Raiders.
Seahawks. Let's say
Oh
the Seahawks.
God.
The Seahawks over the Raiders.
I want to go Giants over Patriots. Don't at me. None of you at me for that.
Oh, that would be really nice. I would love
Don't
to see
ever
that.
any of you at me for that.
I would really love to see that.
That is not a joke.
All right. Well.
All right. Sorry. One more question, and then we're done.
Okay.
Who is the best player in the draft out of Michigan State? Who is it?
Right.
Okay, never mind. Ignore that question. It's very.
I think-
it's very specific.
I think the Cardinals want to go. I think the Cardinals are going to go to the Super Bowl this year.
No.
This is Ryan and I talked about it earlier, and I think Ryan says that he'll agree to stop calling the Cardinals the Lardinals if they can make the Super Bowl.
Okay, I guess none of these people agree with me about my Super Bowl pick because they're all
They're not-
fucking adding me right now.
Yeah, they're not going to make the Super Bowl. So
I don't say the Giants. I say I don't want to see. If I'm being honest, I don't want to see Odell Beckham win a Super Bowl. I don't think he deserves it. He's good. I think he's an idiot. Like at least not for a couple years. Yeah, the Cardinals. But then if in a biased world, I'd obviously pick the Cardinals to win the Super Bowl. But realistically, I'm saying the Seahawks over either the Raiders or the Patriots. I think the Raiders will beat the Patriots in the playoffs.
I think the Raiders will beat the Patriots too.
Yeah.
Oh, I pinned the wrong message.
And also, I think the Seahawks, like they're on their way down. Like they already peaked. I don't think they're going to do well.
Then maybe the Falcons. I think the Falcons have a chance at making it back.
I think the Falcons already peaked too. I think they missed their chance. They're going to be so humiliated going into the year that they're just not going to do well. That's my guess. Is they'll go from Super Bowl to just like middle of the road. They might not even make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's a bold prediction, but all right. So I guess that's it then, right?
Devontae,
Yeah.
I will ask that question next time.
Yeah, we'll see you
I just
guys
got it.
next
Okay, you
time.
too, Jeff. I will save those.
Next week, same time, right?
Yeah.
All right, next week, same time. Hopefully, we'll have a guest on too, so that'll be fun to hear.
How do I turn this off?
I'll turn it off.